Today we need to talk about RM posting a plan about the military and how funny that is. We also need to talk about RM talking about enlistment and what that date might be. And then we have people saying HYBE is treating Jimin unfairly due to various things. So hey Dumplings, it's David. Decide hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. So happy Dumpling, it's Hey Spling Book merch, and let's go. I think people still forget that HYBE is still sort of a startup. I know likely they are not considered one given how much money they make and probably the amount of employees they have now, but they are still very much relatively new compared to a lot of different big labels, and they've only been really big for a couple of years. We've not seen decades and decades of success with HYBE like labels like YG or JYP. So this means that the company is likely going to make some errors or not be fully staffed in certain departments. As in, the team managing something might overlook things, or things may not work out the exact way armies hope for. And quite honestly, the fandom can be a bit spoiled sometimes because we all seem to get everything we want, and thus when things aren't perfect, this is the perfect opportunity for some armies to start trending some BS. And I've seen people on Twitter or X admit to just trying to trend things because they're sitting at home with nothing to do. There is without a doubt more drama that happens with BTS in the summertime and during Christmas time. This is because the people who are causing hate are usually teens who don't understand how the world works and those who are bored because they're not in school, not realizing that the people they are trending against are people and are going to make mistakes. Now, this thing that I am about to talk about, I'm not entirely sure if it's a mistake or if it's intentional. You tell me. Apparently, each BTS member who has gone solo already has a Spotify account, and so each member's account, HYBE or Big Hit, would change the banner to match the aesthetic and vibes of the solo debut or comeback. People were then upset today when they saw that allegedly Jimin did not have a banner but the other members did, claiming this was unfair to Jimin and bad treatment. This is another example that some of these fans will use to claim that Jimin is underappreciated and HYBE hates Jimin. The issue I have with this is that every single BTS member has dealt with a situation that feels like they're specifically excluded while the other members are not. And without missing a beat, that specific member's fans will erupt and say HYBE is treating them badly. But if HYBE is doing this to each member by accident and with different things, then is HYBE purposely trying to hurt a specific member, or is it just that they forgot or something like that happened? This is a topic that I'm very passionate about because I see it a lot. When someone talks about a normal topic online, like a fellow YouTuber talking about the general news, let's say, and they say something that is questionable, it may be hard to believe what the YouTuber is saying is true. If it's general news, the comments are filled with people trying to give the YouTuber the benefit of the doubt. There then becomes a debate in the comments, oh, maybe they meant this. Whereas in K-pop, whether that's a YouTuber, a label, an interviewer, anyone, the fans are very quick to assume the negative things. I've said so before, if you want to make something look bad, you can do it. In the same vein, if you want to make something look good, you can do that. Why are K-pop fans choosing to make something look bad? Why be negative? Because when I first saw Jimin's alleged missing banner, my first thought was that it wasn't missing and that maybe Jimin just wanted a more subtle and plain Spotify page. After all, this album is about being stripped back, and it's odd to question and attack HYBE over this banner issue. When one, it's not a big deal because no one is going to die from this, and second, you don't even know if Jimin wanted this or not. The banner allegedly wasn't added for 4 months. 4 months. Could it be that someone just didn't want a banner? You think within that time no one from the team noticed? People are saying that the neglect is what HYBE is doing to push Jimin to enlist because they don't really care about him. I don't think this is true at all. I think Jimin is going to enlist whenever he needs to enlist, and HYBE is not treating him badly at all. There's really nothing you can say at this point that would make me believe that Jimin or any of the BTS members are ever treated badly right now. They're on top of their world, and they will be back on top of their world when they return from the military. They literally do not have to work for the rest of their lives and still be comfortable. They have so much money that their kids do not have to work and still be comfortable. They have so much money that if they were to just put their wealth into the stock market or invest it, they can live off of the millions of dollars of interest that they would make from literally just sitting on their couch doing nothing. No one is being mistreated. I would love it if these people would just take that energy they have and direct it towards their mother or father who is likely being mistreated and paid a low wage at their job. This is something that would directly affect their own life, and if they care about being a social justice warrior so much, then fight for something that will actually help people. Not fight for someone who is doing really well and never asked for this type of help. The members have always preached love yourself, look after yourself, and love your friends and family. I'm not saying don't support BTS or who you love, but this is just not the way to do it. We can look at their posts when they post, get excited, stream their music, and watch tons of their stuff. That should be the extent. To send hate or do protest is a bit much. ARM recently posted something that actually got ARMYs freaking out. Now, if you're unaware, ARM loves to post this whiteboard where he would write out his workout routine. I guess it's fun if you want to follow along, and sometimes ARMYs are a little naughty, and they capture the reflection of RM, and we see him on the board, and it's believed he's shirtless. Now, this time he posted that he is actually doing a military workout, and people are freaking out over this. Of course, the idea of him doing anything military related is scary because people don't want to think about it. But thinking more practically, I actually think it's incredibly intelligent to go ahead and try to work out a little bit more before enlisting. That way, when you're enlisting, you're not taken off guard by the strenuous activities you need to do, and you're already strong enough for it. It's called the military press, and it's also known as the shoulder press, I think. So it's not just something that is done in enlistment, so him doing that has nothing to do with enlistment. But 200 is a bit crazy. RM also made sure to jump on a live stream when it was announced that Suga will be enlisting soon, or that he will allow the government to call for him. And RM spilled some tea on what is going on. First off, he talked about his hair more at length. At this point, we definitely know that his hair was for the hot weather and not shaved for enlistment, but RM also made sure to talk about how much he appreciates that the fandom still loves and appreciates him even with short, or what he called weird hair. I actually think that the hair suits him a lot, but I actually think what has been the most notable thing that RM has done during the stream is talk in English. When K-pop idols who can talk in English do, it's a very intentional thing. And I mean when they speak English outside of American interviews, because during a live stream, especially when they're in Korean and the stream is done in Korean time, the message being said in English is very much a statement that they want to make sure every single person understands. So to not say it in Korean to avoid any translation errors and to make sure it's heard. RM made sure to talk about the 2025 reunion a lot and talked about how it feels like a vacation currently for him, and that he is expecting everyone to come back together in 2025. He talks about how he feels every single member likely feels the same way, and he closed it off by saying that Jin and J-Hope will be coming back or discharged in the later half of 2024. Basically, RM was saying that us ARMYs don't really have time to get bored, as when Jin and J-Hope get back, they will likely release or do something. Jin misses performing, so I see no reason why Jin wouldn't just put out an album and get started promoting, since he didn't get a chance to do all that. Now, because RM kept confirming this 2025 reunion date, this actually gives us a good hint as to when all the boys will be enlisting and what their plans are. They have likely had a meeting talking about this, and if 2025 is still their target date, then everyone will be enlisted or should be enlisted by the end of this year. So surprisingly or unsurprisingly, we finally have confirmation of that. The 2025 reunion date has been in question for a little bit already, given that RM is talking about releasing a second album. And then we don't know if Taeyang or Jungkook would have had their album done in time. But it's really amazing the amount of work you can get done when that is all you have to do. And then on top of that, you have a team of 30 people working for you tirelessly to put out hit songs. So luckily, the songs that are being written, the concepts and the music videos are already being prepared. And then the other team is working on the promotion and the PR for it. And literally with all that being worked on, you can get an entire album done within a week, ready for release. So I think Taeyang is going to go do his solo now, and then once that is over, Jungkook may go, and then maybe RM will go, and literally all that can happen within 4 months before the year is over. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos, link down below. Thanks, just love that comment right here. Love you, bye.